girlfriend, it's me, Lola. Today I want to talk to you about finding the rhythm for your day. So it was not until recently that I realized that I have very specific rhythms and patterns that happen in my life where I'm constantly doing certain types of things and activities in certain seasons, even sometimes down to the exact same date. What do I mean? Let me explain. So recently I did a podcast on spiritual seasons and personal patterns. Let me give you a real quick topical overview of what I talked about. Everyone has these seasons that we flow through in life. And when we learn our seasons, we can start to move with the ebb and the flow of them. We can start to align to those seasons and not work against the energy in that season. So where I live, there are 4 seasons: spring, summer, fall, and winter. Where you live, it may be different, but spring is a time of discovery. It's a time of beginnings. It's a time of newness. Because there's so much newness happening, it also means the details may be something that you don't see so clearly, but if you keep going, if you keep discovering, then you'll start to niche down and you'll start to work. And work moves us into summer. Summer is a time of you doing. This is a time of, hey, I've discovered my thing. I discovered what I like. Now I'm actually going to start putting more intentional focus into that thing. I'm going to start niching down, right? And from there, you start developing an authority, an influence, an expertise, and it moves you on over to fall. Fall is a time where you begin to profit. It's a time where you begin to optimize what you're doing. It's a time where you become better. It's a time where you begin to receive the benefits of all of your hard work. It's a time where people look at you and they're like, hey, I see you doing this. I want you for this. You know what I'm saying? Opportunities start opening up in a major way. And then we move on into winter. It's a cool season. It's a time of resting, yes, but it's also a time of imparting. It's a time of you pouring what you have into someone else and then really simplifying things, because things come to an end, things close. So these are these seasons that we all go through with life. Whether you're at work, whether you're in school, whether you have a business, whether you have an idea, something that you're starting, it's going to go through those seasons. And it doesn't just cycle through those seasons once. It cycles through those seasons over and over again. Now, your season may be really cool like mine, meaning that your seasons have patterns that actually happen over and over again. The patterns and the rhythms that I'm talking about, they're really rhythms of productivity. For example, my time of innovation, creativity, or discovery, spring, happens to fall in the cooler months in the natural. And when I say in the natural, I'm talking about every day, you know, how I'm out here in this world. So in the cooler months of like fall and winter, this is my time of like innovation. This is my time of creativity. I get a lot of ideas in the cooler seasons. I begin a lot of stuff in the cooler seasons. Sometimes I start things even down to the same day. And it was not until this year that I noticed that. I was looking at dates on something and I was like, wow, these dates are the exact same, just different years where I'm starting something that's very significant to me. Now, you're probably thinking, what does this have to do with finding a rhythm for my day? Well, I realized that these patterns do not just happen throughout our lives or with a particular thing in our lives, such as work, a project, an idea, school, things like that, family, even relationships. It doesn't just manifest in those things. These rhythms actually manifest daily, okay? And if this rhythm manifests daily, then you can identify the rhythm and learn to align with it. I don't know about you, but I know that there are certain points in the day where my mind is, whoop, it's gone. Not like gone, but my mind is like, hey, I've done enough, I'm resting. I also know that there are periods in the morning where I'm not in my most productive space and I'm just in a space of getting ready to work. 8 o'clock is my time. 8 to 9 is like my time where I'm waking up, I'm getting myself together. And then 9 and 10 is where I'm in a mode of like gathering my thoughts, reading, getting stimulated by something. And then 10 o'clock, I go into work mode. And then I work for like hours straight. And then I'm like, I want to take a break. And then at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the evening, I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to do anything that's too time consuming or mentally exhausting because I don't have the energy to give to it. My creative times are at another point in the day. Now, because I know what's happening to me, I align myself and work with those rhythms so that I can actually be productive when I need to. And so that I can also give my most productive and creative hours to the places that it's most needed. For example, if I have a project to work on, then I'm going to write out my schedule to dedicate that good, creative, inspirational, innovative time frame, that time block to that project that I have to do. Or if I want to do something special for myself, then I'm going to dedicate time to myself during my most creative, inspirational, innovative time block. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, I get it, rhythms, I see all of that. I see the pattern, I see what you're talking about, but I have no clue how to find my rhythm. I'm going to tell you how to find it. The easiest way to find a rhythm for your day is by tracking your time. Tracking your time is man, it is a game changer because it will help you see where you're missing opportunity, and it will help you see where you can do something different and gain a lot more than what you've been doing. Don't believe me? Just try it. Try tracking your time. And after you've tracked your time for a minimum of a week, like tracking everything, I want you to go back and assess what you're doing. And then I want you to prioritize what is working, and I want you to nix what does not work. Nix and fix. I want you to nix, get rid of the stuff that does not work, prioritize what does work, and then look at your time tracker, whatever you're using to track your time. Look at your most productive times. And guess what you've just discovered? You've just discovered your rhythm. Okay? Do you think you could do that? Now that you've discovered your rhythm, work with your rhythm, not against it. I know a lot of people will give you productivity tips and they'll tell you do this, do that. And hey, sometimes that stuff works, but sometimes that stuff is exclusive to a certain type of person. And if your rhythm is contrary to the tip that they're giving you, it's going to be like pulling teeth. So find your rhythm and do what works for you. Oh, one more thing I almost forgot to tell you. It was not until like a few weeks ago that I realized I have very, very specific rhythms and patterns that are happening in my life. What caused me to discover this? Me seeing the dates of where I'm launching things on the same date, like same specific date every year, which is totally wild. And then me having an epic fail. Here was my epic fail. I plan to do some content classes for my online group. I'll put the link down there below. And I was going to teach some content marketing stuff. I wrote the classes. I laid everything out. I had the plan down to the dates, the material, all of that. But guess what? I was doing it in summer. Now, if you'll remember, I told you earlier that my period of innovation, of creativity, it gets really, really high in the cooler seasons, really, really hot in fall and winter, not summer. Summer is actually a period of dormancy for me. Every summer, I kind of just chill and I don't want to do too much of anything, okay? Because I was working against my natural rhythm, the energy was just not there for it, and it caused an epic fail. Now that I know what I know, I will align what I'm even creating with my personal patterns, okay? So this is what led me to like get here and decide to talk to you today. But I was like, that is so crazy. Like, I'm legit launching things even down to the same day. Who does that? Like, so I encourage you all to go and look at things that you've done in your life and see like when significant stuff is happening for you. And is there a pattern? Is it happening seasonally? Or does your stuff happen like mine, where you're actually launching things that are important to you or doing things that are super important to you, even down to the same day? So my point in saying all of this is just find your rhythm. Find your rhythm, do what works for you, and it will be so great. Now, if you want to know about that podcast, I want you to tap the link in the episode description. Something felt like it went in my eye. If you want to know about that podcast, I want you to tap the link in the episode description and you'll be able to find the podcast there. Also, I'm going to put a link down there so you can join my private group. Listen, I'm Lola. I'm with The Smoking Prophet. The Smoking Prophet is a life advice brand designed to resource you spiritually, creatively, and socially. Our goal is to give you what it takes others years to get. We do that through a podcast and a blog, thesmokingprophet.com and The Smoking Prophet Podcast. Our podcast is available wherever you listen to podcasts. We have 100 plus episodes out there. Please go and find us, follow us, subscribe to us, and share us. Until next time, have the most amazing life. Bye!
Spiritually, creatively, socially. Spiritually, creatively, socially. Do life, do it better, do it better. Do life, do it better, do it better. The Smoking Prophet will inspire and equip you. The Smoking Prophet takes your skills and gifts and mold you.